Yo, what's going on, guys? Robert Warshack here, and we've got a mercenary updates, the first one that we have since it's released. We also have the mini set, which has also been announced, which we'll cover in another video. I want to keep the Mercs and standard mode separate, but we've got new mercenaries entering the floor. We have the first one being Edwin. As we know in standard, he's always been a fantastic rogue card, and hopefully he makes for a fantastic mercenaries card with a lot of sort of combo flavoring. So first things first, his stats are 1380 while he's maxed, and while maxed means you have to have everything upgraded, which means naturally he's going to be a 1275 for most players. The abilities, we've got the Assassin's Blade, speed 5, so pretty quick. Attack an enemy. If it hasn't acted yet this turn, gain 5 health and attack it again. That's pretty good. And we know there's a lot of add-ons and stuff that can tell you the speeds of your opponent's stuff, and you can kind of guarantee that when you attack something with this, that you're going to be able to get that health and attack it again. Maybe not every time, but like attacking stuff again is really good, as we've seen with like Blade Master Samara. So his first ability is nice. Like this is quite quick, and we've also seen like a taste of what Valera could be. We've seen what Karen can do, which is speed up attacks. So this seems really good, and it's on pace with like Blade Master. Then we have the Assisted Strike, speed 5 again, cooldown 1. Gain 5 attack for each friendly pirate and attack a random enemy. Combo, gain immune while attacking this turn. So while this does seem really good in a pirate comp, there's currently 0 pirate cards in Mercenaries. There's none that exist. So off the bat, obviously that ability probably not the most useful, but it does seem good. Gain 5 attack for each friendly pirate, which would probably include him. So he's going to get 15 attack. He attacks a random enemy and you gain immune. So pretty good once there's pirates. And then Kingpin's Bounty, speed 4, so really fast, cooldown 2, deal 10 damage to an enemy, repeat for each other pirate you control, and then Death Blow is restore 25 health. So then for the equipment, these are make or break for a lot of champs, or mercs, as Black Flag, 4 passive adjacent pirate abilities are 4 speeds oh my god. Dude, pirates would be so fast. Dude, this is like, holy crap. This is kind of like the Ring of Haste on Vulcan, making your shadow abilities faster, but instead of it just being like shadow abilities only, this is just the pirates, regardless of what moveset they have, but they have to be a pirate, so very good. Round of Drinks, Assisted Strike is 3 speeds faster and always has immune while attacking, so this is going to be a speed 2, and it doesn't need to be comboed. Wow, that's also good, in my opinion. Makes him better by himself, because like obviously Black Flag is only good in a pirate comp. His first 2 abilities don't require pirates, so you don't actually have to play him in a pirate comp if you choose not to. And then Even Shares, Kingpin's Bounty restores 10 more health and affects your friendly characters. So as we've seen, like Death Blow is like kind of hit or miss, like literally it's hit or miss. So if you get a Death Blow off, it's really nice looking at like stuff like Guff, but you can't really depend on it. I don't think it's worth slotting for equipment. But healing 35 is a ton, but I think there's better ways to heal with like Anduin's Holy Nova and stuff like that, where you can just like guarantee the heal and you guarantee damage. So I'm thinking Even Shares probably not the best, but the other 2 look good. Like his first 2 attacks are very good, and his first 2 equipments, in my opinion, are very good. So Edwin's pretty saucy right now. Yo, thank you guys for watching, but we have to cover that over 57% of the people who are currently watching this content on my channel are not subbed to my channel. So if you like my content and you want me to keep making my content, please support my channel by subbing, leaving a like, and leaving a comment on the videos. It really helps it out on the YouTube algorithm side. It really helps me keep doing what I'm doing. And if you don't do that, it really hurts the channel and it doesn't help me at all. So if you want to do that, thank you. And if not, I guess I'll see you at a McDonald's. So we've got another pirate. Here we go, Sneeds. As we remember, the mini sets Deadmines, and for those of you who remember the iconic dungeon in Deadmines and WoW, I mean it's a lot of people's favorites, and Sneeds was a very fun card when they printed it in GVG, and it seems like it's also hopefully going to be a fun card in Mercs. So we got Sneeds. So it's 777 as max stats. So unfortunately, not really like the strongest in regards to like a hefty attack for being a protector status. His ability is Bzz, speed 6. If active Sol is active, also damages its neighbors. So with only 7 attack, cleaving for 7, he's not very good so far. He needs to somehow get more attack, and I'm sure his next abilities will hopefully do that. Activate Sol. This would be the Sol ability, so obviously, and it has a speed 3, cooldown 1, so you'd actually need to use this first, so I don't think you'd ever start with this champion. And gain 6 attack for 2 turns and attack a random enemy. Yeah, so we have the gain attack here, which then puts him at, what, 13? So dealing 13 to an enemy and then its neighbors. Now we're talking, that's quite a bit more damage. And you also get the attack this turn. And then disarm, speed 3, cooldown 1. Attack an enemy and give it -5 attack permanently. Something minus attack is pretty bad. He seems pretty bad in my opinion so far, but maybe his equipments make him better. His first one, Skull Dust, gains bleed 5. So now this is actually good, right? Because now you would go activate Sol and then you'd bzz, and then you would do 13 to 3 different guys and then you put a 5 bleed on them. Which, if I understand bleeds correctly, at the end of each turn, they take 5 damage. Which is 15 more damage in total at the end of each turn. Unless it goes bleed 5, and then bleed 4, and then bleed 3. It, like, slowly trickles down. Yeah, it makes it a lot better. Titanium Blades, activate Sol, gives +4 attack, and lasts 1 more turn. So, again, he gets a little bit more attack there. So, he gets 10, which puts him at 17, which does 17 to 3 targets. And it lasts 1 more turn, so you can just spam bzz. But it lasts for 2 turns anyway, and I don't like 3 turns for a champion as long because you go activate Sol, bzz, and then most times, like, that's just like what would be a game, right? So like that 1 more turn may not matter, but that 4 attacks at least a good amount of attack. But if you think about the bleed does the same thing as the +4 attack. So you're like dealing 4 more damage, but this does 5 more damage. So like, I think bleed is still better. And then we have extra blade. Sneeze starts with active blade, Sol 5 active. He starts with the activate Sol 5 for a turn. So this just means that you can lead with bzz now. It seems so weird saying bzz, but that's like actively just what it's called, bzz. But now you can lead with it. The thing is, you're still going to activate Sol speed 5, and then you're still going to have to do the whole thing. So unless you only expect this thing to lead with 1 turn, I still think that the gain bleed is best, right? Because no matter what, like, you're getting an attack in if you go activate Sol. And if you use this, like, unless at the start of the game he attacks and then you can also bzz and then attack again. But I don't think that's the way it works. I think it just has it active. So I really think that it's just Skull Dust is the best one. And you're mainly just spamming bzz, which is incredibly boring. I don't really, I wish it was a little bit cooler than this. But it seems okay. Just because the output is like 13 damage +5 each target per turn. And you can do it like a follow-up. So, and it's speed like 5, or speed 3, speed 6. I mean, these aren't incredibly fast, but they're not terrible. Moving to Eudora, another pirate. All right, so we got 3 pirates, which is really, really nice. Her max stats are 1078, so these are some pretty, that's quite thick. She's got Cooped. Speed 4, attack an enemy. If it's a left or rightmost enemy, fire the cannons at it. Seems pretty good. Speed 4 is incredibly fast. And I don't understand what fire the cannons do, but I'm sure it means, like, good stuff. Prepare the cannons. All right, this might answer the cannon question. Speed 7, cooldown 1. Summon a cannon to the left or right. Most of this merc starts off cooldown. It means you can prepare the cannons first. You don't actually need to like wait the turn on this other than the first time you use it. And then covering fire, speed 7, very, very slow, cooldown 1. Restore 12 health to a friendly merc and return them to your bench. Fire all the cannons. Okay, so I don't know how big cannons are, but I don't think you're gonna have, like, very similar to like Draxus Infernos. Like, it's really hard to get this stuff to stick. Like, most of the time you don't see 4 Mishas out, you don't see 4 Huffers, you don't see a bunch of Infernals. Like, right now there's a lot of AoE with like Diablos and stuff floating around. Explosive Trap from Tavish. So I really don't think covering fire is going to be great, because I just don't think cannons are gonna be like that highly statted where they're not deal withable. But knowing that you can make a cannon turn 1 and then instantly be able to use that next ability the following turn on like a decent statted minion is cool. Taking a look at the equipment, we have Shrapnel Shot. Cannons deal 5 more damage, which is a good amount of damage if you have a decent amount of cannons. Again, I don't really know how many cannons we're going to be able to deal with here, or how many we're summoning, but seems decent. We've got the Primed Armaments. Battlecry, summon a cannon. So off the start, if you have this equipment, you're just going to be able to get a cannon and then summon another one. So you're going to be 2 cannons up right off the bat. And then we have bracers, passive, get +2, +10. So it makes her a 1290, which is a huge statted body. But if you're going for the more cannon route on her, obviously the first 2 abilities seem a little bit more umph, because if you're just playing solely to attack shit, there's other stuff like Gruul that's just huge in stats and also can summon stuff without the need for like additional equipment. So I'm thinking if you're playing this pirate, you're playing her for the cannon stuff. I don't see that like everything that she does revolves around cannons. So I'm assuming cannons doing more damage or summoning an additional cannon from the start is going to be the way you play her. Even looking at stuff like King Mugla, his best ability is the one that summons, you know, his little brother, right? And we can see how good that is in a beast comp. So I'm assuming a pirate cannon comp, summoning the cannon seems like it's the way it's going to want to be. All right, we've got Mr. Smite, a rare protector. He's a 775. So again, these tanky guys are having less attack and less health than like the fighters are. It's weird. I would think the protectors would be much bulkier than the fighters, but I guess not. So we have another pirate here. So in total, we have 4 pirates that are entering the mix. So that's going to make Edwin at least pretty good. If you lead with 2 other pirates, you have some options there. His abilities are Smite, Slam, Speed 8, very slow, gain +5 attack for each enemy with 40 or less health, and then you get to attack an enemy. So obviously not the best ability to lead with at the start of a match. He has Matey, Speed 2, very quickly, gain Taunt this turn. After an enemy attacks this Merc, gain 5 attack. It says after, which is a big deal, so they actually don't take that damage immediately. We have Overboard, Speed 3, cooldown 1. So again, very fast with that cooldown. After another friendly character is damaged this turn, +10 health and attack a random enemy. So he basically gets a very fast speed, gets 10 + 10, and gets to attack. Now that seems really good. So that's how he definitely can scale out of hand. If he gets Overboard off like twice, he gets an additional 20/20, and he's also weaving in like his smite slams and stuff. And if your opponent's stuff is weakened, this guy's gonna get big very fast. Kind of reminds me of Gruul, but just a little bit more utility on him. His equipment is Sailor's Cap. He gains an additional 4 attack from Smite Slam, and that's per enemy. So he gets 9 attack for each enemy with less than 40 health. Heavy Anchor, Overboard gets an extra +6 attack if the damaged friend is a pirate. So it gets 16 attack and 10 health. So again, more synergy with some pirates there. And then we have Sharpened Scabbard. Whenever another friendly pirate attacks, gain a +4 attack. Wow, that one's actually really good too. That's just a passive whenever a friendly pirate. So it doesn't include him. So you'd have to have 2 other pirates and they attack, he gains 8. But that one ability is just 16 in total. It's gotta be Heavy Anchor or the Scabbard that are the best equipment on this guy. But yeah, this guy seems like he could get out of hand quick. Holy crap. That's a lot of stats to just be given around and thrown around and stuff. But we also have stuff like Zarelia, which minuses a shit ton of attack and does a ton of damage. So obviously with this being a red unit and there's a lot of blue floating around that just do an astronomical amount of damage, this guy can be dealt with fairly easily. But just if left unchecked, this guy is just gonna go on a rampage. And that's kind of like how the fight with this guy was. I mean, this guy, obviously Deadmines wasn't the hardest fights, but he was just a big bulky bruiser that just walked around with a big hammer and then switched to a dual weapon, and he would stun everybody and like he would just go crazy. So moving to the last mercenary is going to be Cookie the Cook, which was a nice little boss at the end of Deadmines if you chose to do him. He would wander about the bottom ranks of the ship. He's a 670 with max stats. He's a Murloc, not a pirate, so he adds to the Murlocs that we have available to us, which is currently not a lot. His first one is Fish Feast Nature. Speed 2, very fast. Deal 10 damage to an enemy. Death Blow, give +15 health to all friendly characters. It doesn't say Murlocs there, so this could, not too bad. Very fast nature spell, can be scaled with Brocon. We have Cookie's Cooking, another nature spell, speed 5, cooldown 1, bleed 5 to all enemies, and restore 5 health to friendly Murlocs and pirates. All right, so it looks like we might see some Murloc pirate synergy with this guy here with a spell like that. And that's a pretty big differential. I mean, bleed 5 and then restore 5, pretty nice. Go Fish, another nature. So all nature, so it can also with Guff, This could synergize very, very well. Speed 4, cooldown 1. Summon a random fish for your opponent with a death rattle that benefits you. I'm not sure what those fish look like, but I'm sure with a cooldown of 1 and a speed of 4 that it could be good. The only problem is you have to send damage into like this fish, right? And the benefit has to not only be worth an attack, it has to be worth your guys killing it, and then that reward has to be huge. So this card, this ability could just be trash, but like it has to be like some massive payoff. And the fish, depending also how much health it has. If it has like 5 health, then obviously it could die to like some just byproduct of damage through Varden or something. But this is gonna be a big hit or miss based on those fish. All right, so equipment. We have Fish Feast gives an extra 5 attack as well. So when it says 5 attack, I'm assuming this is attaching onto the death blow, not just deal, like it's not deal 10 damage to an enemy, give 5 attack, and then that death blow is what it is. So if this is, it attaches it to the death blow, again, death blow is not something you can rely on, and I'd rather just have stuff that's good regardless of if this minion can like land a killing hit on another enemy. But if this is just in general, like it just gives 5 attack, on top of dealing 10 damage with the additional of the death blow, then that's pretty good. Iron Ladle, Cookie's Cooking restores an additional 5 health, so it doubles up the health to 10, and it heals pirates and again murlocs, and it bleeds 5, so that's pretty good. And then Appetizer, start a game, give a friendly character plus 9 health. So I'm thinking it's probably the Ladle, and the reason being 9 health, if he uses Cookie's Cooking once, he's probably healing for at least 15. And if he's healing for an additional 5, that already like is over this 9. So I look for like total amount helped. So you could help a unit plus 9, or you could give an additional 5, and when you use it, you'll heal for basically an additional 15. So I'm thinking the Ladle is the way, unless Season Pan, like I said, it just gives plus 5 attack for just using the ability too. But yeah, these are some pretty exciting nerds. These are some pretty exciting new Mercs entering. Pirates seem like they're going to be pretty cool. I don't know how well it's going to shake up the current meta with Karen just being the crazy unit he is. So with that, of course, leave your comments. What do we think here? There's a lot of stuff. This is the first Mercenaries update like ever. So this is good stuff, and it's happening very soon. Like we're getting a new injection of Mercenaries, like very like immediate, which is pretty nice. I am very excited for this, and I look forward to many more injections of Mercenaries. So with that, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.